every spring, this dang creek wants to get out of the darn creek and onto the road. So Don's about to pull his Caterpillar out of here, so I'm just doing a few little things here. Just one spot here, just below the barn, the road and the creek are almost at the same level. So I brought down a lot of dirt from above there. As you can see here, just putting kind of a levee along here. It looks kind of rough right now, but as we go along, it'll get looking better, you know. This is where the road crosses into the barn. It's been a stinking mess. It's just with the two last springs and the heavy runoff, it's really messed it up. So I'm redoing this right here, not right now, but pretty soon. Don here is just getting ready to shove a tree over. There's two trees here that are close to another tree, and as far as fire hazards, it's not a good deal. So I'm having to shove two trees over while he's here. It's amazing what these Caterpillars can do. A lot of power right there. They tear things up pretty good, but then again they can make things look pretty good. So this is that one tree. Not only that, I want to pick up some usable space right here around the barn. The old timers that built this, of course, didn't have these kinds of tools, so they couldn't do this, but this will give me a little more room here.
Gonna push this tree right here over, and then that little one right up there.
These trees, the root systems really don't go real deep. He'll take a couple of shovels out of here, and then he'll just push that darn thing right over like this.
Look how easy that was.
That's actually pretty slick. Yeah, as you look at that root system, there's nothing holding that tree up, not rolling. What he's doing now is full of rocks. I mean, big rocks, like basketball size. So he's knocking them suckers out of there. You can see all the rocks falling out of it. And he kind of had a hard time with this thing. He got it into the creek. Normally he can just shove these things right around, but this thing got kind of hung up in the creek, so he had kind of a hard time with it. Here he's just going to rake some rocks out of the root system, make it a little lighter, a little easier to work with. It's amazing how much power these Caterpillars have. You know, I don't know what that tree weighs, but I know darn well it's not light. Look at the big rock still hung in the wood stuff. Look at that one rock. But he's got to weigh 600 pounds. This is the littler tree that was up there above the barn. See, it's only about 10 feet away from the other tree, and as far as fire goes, you don't want one set of limbs touching another. So it's an unnecessary tree right here. Just get it out of the road. I can use the firewood next year. Look how easy he pushes these things over. He just bumps them and they just literally go right over. Makes being out in the timber a little bit spooky, doesn't it? Look how easy he shoved that over. cut this with a saw, but not all the way through. Left a little bit. If you try to cut all the way through, then your saw ends up getting pinched and it's a big pain in the butt. And then you just grab a hold of this thing and break it right off right there. Cool. See how neat that works? The reason to push these trees over rather than cut them down, you get rid of the root system. You cut the tree down and you got that stump sitting there for years and years and years. You can't get rid of it. By pushing them over like this, it takes the root system and everything out. Much slicker. This is where that old corral and stuff used to be. I tore all that down last winter. This actually is cleaned up pretty good right here now. And you take a couple thousand pounds of tree and just move that sucker right around. I'd have trouble dragging that with my truck. Cut this wood up here in another week or two, and all of those rounds will be good for next winter, not this winter. Here, he's got this all cleaned up pretty good now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grade around the barn, and I'll show you guys that later.